So lastly for this shelf, because I actually did a video and I've attached it before for the Doolittle Raid and Doolittle's B-25. So there's a video out there on that. But I built this Enterprise, this 1 to 1200 Enterprise, as more or less as a practice run for the Hornet, especially with the water. And I found this technique out in the November 2004 fine scale modeler. So I just thought I'll give it a try on this on here. And then that decal on the top, that is just dash decal. It is not to scale, but again, I knew that was the paint scheme, so I just kind of mimicked it as best I could. But really this was for the water, and basically what I learned here is that less is more. You know, it's just way too many waves here and everything. So when I got, when I did this, I toned it way down and concentrated more on having it go up the sides as opposed to, radiating out, so to speak. So that was a cool learning experience, and I'm still proud of that model. It's a cool model. So here's the instructions for that. And these 1 to 1200s are just, very simple, straightforward. This was my first ship that I ever did. So yeah, it was a experiment in a lot of different ways. The USS Enterprise CV-6 was a U.S. Navy Yorktown-class aircraft carrier and the 7th U.S. Navy vessel of that name. With a displacement of 19,800 tons and top speed of 33 knots, she was launched March 10, 1936, and carried a wartime crew of 2,900 supporting up to 81 aircraft. The Big E was one of only 3 American carriers commissioned before World War II to survive the war, the others being the Saratoga and Ranger. Enterprise participated in more major actions in the Pacific than any other United States ship. These actions included the attack on Pearl Harbor, as 18 SBD Dauntless dive bombers of her air group arrived over the harbor during the attack, making her the only American carrier with responders to the attack and the first to sustain casualties during the Pacific War. Other actions included the Battle of Midway, the Battle of the Eastern Solomons, the Battle of the Santa Cruz Islands, and various other air-sea engagements during the Guadalcanal campaign, as well as the Battle of the Philippine Sea, Battle of Leyte Gulf, and Okinawa, where she sustained kamikaze attacks in May 1945. Enterprise earned 20 battle stars, the most of any U.S. warship in the war, and was the most decorated U.S. ship of World War II. She was also the first American ship to sink a full-sized enemy warship when her aircraft sunk the Japanese submarine I-70 on December 10, 1941. On 3 occasions during the war, the Japanese mistakenly announced that she had been sunk in battle, inspiring her nickname, the Gray Ghost. By the end of the war, her planes and guns had downed 911 enemy planes, sunk 71 ships, and damaged or destroyed 192 more. So please watch for more before YouTube builds, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and as always, thanks for watching and happy modeling.